Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers mod showcase video. In today's video, we're looking at something that should have been released before my previous video, and that is the AI-enabled mod, which is partly what you see over here. So the AI-enabled mod is both a framework and a very useful mod to have in survival mode. Part of it, or what you get, is a bot spawner which can spawn an array of hostile NPCs that you can just play around with in creative mode. And I'll mention right now that this mod does not add anything into the world, so you will not randomly encounter, say, zombies or NPCs carrying rifles. This is just for creative purposes. If you do wish to have stuff spawn in your world, you will need one of the associated random encounter mods that does that very function. Then we get this, which is very useful for survival mode, and I'll just recommend just downloading this if you are playing survival solo, because it is such a useful, non-cheaty block that just adds a little bit of fun to the world. But yes, the RoboFactory will add in friendly NPCs. You can only have one at a time, but you get a combat bot, or you can choose to have a repair bot. The combat bot comes with a assault rifle and a couple of magazines of ammunition. We've got this guy over here, which is the combat bot for our friendly NPC. I've taken away his weapon, so he can't use anything, but that is what he looks like. And as for the repair bot, it can do some light welding in case stuff gets damaged, provided it's got stuff in its inventory to repair the associated block. And it can do a little bit of item cleanup if I want to. What I'll do right now is we'll look at the friendly NPCs first of all, and then we'll deal with the hostile NPCs that appear to be trying to escape from my arena. So we're just going to come across over here and kill Bob, the NPC robot. There he is, he's now dead. And we're going to come across over to this bit right here. So the block you can spawn in, this is the RoboFactory. On the side, what we've got is a button panel. As you can see there, we do have a few options of what we can choose. We've got a drop-down box where we can switch between repair and combat. We do have an associated price, because these do cost space credits to spawn in, so they're not free when you get it, which is why I think they are perfect for survival mode and not very cheaty. So if you're poor like me, you can always just come into the menu and give yourself some money through the economies tab. There we go, we just go and select myself and give me everything. We're going to get 1 million, there we go, and now we can spawn in a combat bot. And I'm going to call this Bob number 2, we just hit build, then come to the other side. And what we can see is the bot getting built over here. So there is quite a delay between you getting the bot and you hitting build. And you can see there it's going to be all sparky as it gets built up. And once it's done, it'll get its gun out and it's ready to go. So there he is, he's now going to start shooting some of the hostile NPCs in the distance there. We got 2 frosty boys who's going to come over and deal some frost damage over time. I'm just going to move out of the way so he can deal with these, and we'll get a better look at the models. So here he comes, he's doing a fantastic job at defending me, and he's just going to kill that one, and hopefully won't die. There we go. So I'm just going to drop down over to here, and as you can see, he will follow you around at a fairly close distance. If you were to jetpack, he will start sprinting, but if you were to go up and go into an area where he can't path, he will just start running around in circles and get stuck. But coming back down to here, he should run up to me, and we'll have a few options to play with. Press F to interact with him, where we get a lovely little menu to play with. Got a simple follow, and this will set him to follow you around, and will make him engage with any enemies that come close to you. If you were to set him to stay, he'll stand still, but he will not engage with enemies, even if they're up in his face slapping him around. He'll just stand there and take it, and will most likely die. We come over to here, we then got a go to manually tell him to go to different places. So if I want him to go over to the stairs, I can do that, and he'll start running all the way over there. So there we go, and as you saw from that, it does have quite a limited range. So if I do that once more and get into my jetpack, you can see we can't get him all the way over to there. That is the limit. And we'll just go and tell him to go over to there. And we'll go to the final options. So the final option is the inventory slot, where we can see that his rifle that he spawns with is right there, along with 47 magazines. We can take that out if we want him to stop attacking, and we can load him up with other stuff in case we want to use him as a mule. He does carry the same amount as you, so bear that in mind. So now what I'm going to do is just come out of that menu and set him to follow, and he should deal with that poison zombie. That will help him with the zombie. There we go, we'll just start shooting him an amount of ammunition. Damn it. And there we go, just spawn in some ammunition and we'll go and get rid of the bot like so. And there we go. So now we can come back around over to here and spawn in the welder bot, or the repair bot even, who's going to be a very helpful bot to have around the base, but you will need to make sure he is well defended, otherwise, well, he'll just plain die. So coming over to here, we're going to name him Bob3, and we'll start building him up just like last time. So we get a bunch of sparking effects, and that is the model we get. Oh, I got too close, so I'm out of power, that's why I'm taking damage. Just going to very quickly recharge myself, and then we'll go back to him. There we go. And here he is. Here is our friendly little welder bot, and he's got his welder in hand, and he's just going to circle me around. Well, after being rudely interrupted by a zombie, we can see here he's just doing his task. He just wanders around the base, and he repairs stuff up if it's damaged. We can come into here and give him some steel plates if we need to. There we go. And he should now hop to it and start repairing stuff up. And that's all he does. He's a very nice, handy little bot, and he picks up scrap, repairs stuff up, and that is that. He might just go over to the area that I've just damaged right there. I think he is beelining straight towards it. Hopefully he'll do it this time. Then we'll go back to the combat bot and look at the hostile NPCs. There we go. Now he's repaired it up and he's going to be on his way. So we're just going to deal with him like so. And well, another poison zombie has spawned. So this is one of the hostile NPCs that we can spawn through the bot spawner. And he is simply a zombie engineer with a glowing green hand. He deals poison damage if he hits you, and it'll deal damage over time. And it's not too bad overall in terms of damage, but it can be a bit lethal if you are away from a medical station. So I'm just going to hop all the way down to here, bring up the HUD. As you can see, I've got 89 health, and I'm going to allow him to slap me once. There we go. He dealt a little bit of damage on the hit, but as you can see from the damage over time effect, it is quite potent. So we're just going to deal with him because another one has spawned. He does take quite a few shots to take down, but at the end of the day, he's not too overbearing, such as the drones and the interior turrets that you find on an enemy base. But how do we spawn other NPCs, you are asking? Well, if we come over to this control panel right here and find a bot spawner in the control panel, we don't have any options right here apart from the custom data. If we open that up, we're going to get this text, and the creator has done a fantastic job at making it super easy to switch stuff on and off as you please. So as you can see there, we got false, 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 true, and we simply switch that to true or false depending on what we want. So we've got a few options of what we can spawn. We've got ourselves a soldier bot, which is the thing that you might recognize from my previous video, where it's simply a robot carrying a rifle. We then have a grinder bot, where you can see right above it, it will use a grinder to hunt you down, where it's simply just like an engineer player running up to you with a grinder. We can switch that over to true if we want to, and that'll make it spawn. We then have the zombie bot, which we just saw, which is the red engineer with the green hand, where it deals poison damage over time. We then have the ghost bot, which is the blue version of it, where it has a blue glowing hand, and it will also deal damage over time, but it'll be a cold effect. Then we come all the way down to the bottom, the bruiser bot, which is a boss encounter. It hits harder, and it can take a lot more damage compared to all the other NPCs. And those are the options you get. You simply select true or false by typing it in, then you press OK, and then you just have to wait a little bit and they'll spawn out their spawner, and will eventually come over to you and attack you. But as you can see there, they're just going to wander around because they cannot path to me because I've blocked everything up. They will try desperately to attack me. Oh, I've got no energy once again. Just come over here and just plop that up. There we go. We can drop back into the arena, and as soon as you land, they will just beeline straight towards you. There he comes, because they've now got a path straight over to you, and they'll try and damage you. As for the damage themselves, we can just come up to it with a grinder, just a basic, well, not a basic grinder, but you can see there, grinding them away is not going to do a very good job. You will probably die before you kill them, and yes, we will need to use a firearm to get rid of them. There is another zombie over there. We'll just go and get rid of it. So what I'll do now, just to make this a little bit more fun, because that is basically it for this video, there's not too much else to talk about. I can't really force spawn the individual bots without waiting a very long time. So to make it a bit easier, I'm just going to get rid of all of these. And we're going to put a bunch more spawners all the way across. There we are. And that is something you could do in creative mode, is set up your own little, say, haunted house, or maybe a maze, and simply have spawners dotted around hidden away, where they can spawn enemies for you to encounter. Yes, they're all going to be over there, and everything is going to be set to true. So we simply have to wait a little bit and they'll start spawning stuff. So there is a zombie over there. There's a lot of zombies coming out of there. It looks like we got ourselves, a assault rifle bot over there. And that's the one from the previous video. I'm quite low on the health. This isn't very good. We got to get rid of the gun bots. Otherwise they are going to be a problem. That looks like the boss bot. So that is quite bad. Oh god, he's sprinting. He is after me. Let's see how much damage he can take. Ooh, that is going to be quite a nasty one to take down with the basic pistol. I will let him hit me. There we go. Wow, he does a lot of damage. And there's one hell of a lot of poison zombies. That's going to be quite a tough one to take down. I'm pretty sure I'll have enough ammunition to kill these all. Let's go get rid of him. And yes, that is basically it for this video. Oh, we got a grinder bot over here. Oh, that's a nice lot of damage. And yes, as I was saying, that is basically it for what this mod adds. It's very nice, and it's always nice to have a little companion to follow you around, and of course carry stuff if you were to go mining, and of course defend you. So let's just go and build that. There we go. I'm out of oxygen. That's not very good. So there'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. I highly recommend you do, because there is a lot of stuff that you can do with this, and it gets even better when you use the modular encounter mods that actually make these properly spawn in your world. That is something that I'll probably take a look at later on. And yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.